So we're continuing on now. We had to combine box 16 and box 17. 16 essentially only produced 2 coins, which were very minuscule, but 17 was the box that gave and gave. So let's get rid of those 2. By the way, we're going to end up probably around a box 30 of nickels. So let's get right to it. Let's illuminate these here. I'm going to start with this one right over here. This is a beautiful, you can see 1950, almost proof looking, but it's not a proof. But the uncirculated condition is just amazing. Now look at the details of the steps. We want full steps to get, a really good, grading out of this. You don't have full steps, but you have the first one and then a little bit of the second one. So for 1950, that's pretty good. This could grade very well, and I could even probably increase the price that I list this one. I know some of you like knowing that stuff. The ballpark, only 9 million of these, 9.7 million of those made, and they could be up to $55. But I would think $11 to $19 is probably the reasonable range for something like this with the condition, and more on the higher end, so maybe like 19. Maybe even, yeah, that'd be reasonable. Now look at this one. This is one, the year's nothing special, 87 Denver. But what's great about it is the condition. So if you find stuff like this, like if this 1950 would have been in this condition, you could sell it close to $55. Maybe not that high, but close. I mean, this is doing very good. So I want to show that condition is everything. Now, I usually find these Indian head because it's an Indian head, and on this side is buffalo. So they either call it buffalo, nickels, or Indian heads. They're, I like to call them buffaloes because the $1, or excuse me, the penny also have an Indian, so it's kind of confusing. But anyway, these are 2. One I found on the end that I made an actual short about, but this one is a S mint mark. You can see the S on the bottom there. So that's good. S is already valuable. Now, a coin like this is worth a lot. You can see the 8 is kind of rubbed out, but since the years how this goes, that is clearly an 8. Now, I could nicodate this and get a little bit more clarity with this, but something like this. Let me go look this up. So this would be a 1918 S. So this would be worth a lot because 4.8 million only makes it very rare, even in rough condition as a VF20, VF12, anywhere from $55 to $100 for that, which this is probably in that range, and it could be worth up to $2,100 in kind of this condition, which is really hard to get, so you're probably not going to get that. But this is one of the more valuable coins. I mean, even in 40 and the perfect score is 70, you can get $200 for that. So I mean, this coin is pretty valuable. Now this one, it's a little harder to tell because we don't know anything about the year. I'm probably gonna have to nicodate it, just maybe sell them as a bulk of Indian heads with just no date. And the bottom, there's no mint mark right there, so we don't really know. But Indian heads, I usually find 1 every 6 boxes, but I came up with nothing, not out for about 12 boxes, but then I found in 1 box, I found 2 in a couple rolls apart, so it's kind of funny. Now these, I just want to show them. I don't want to say novelty, but when I say novelty, it means it's worth more in interestingness than money. So this has a wood grain, and some people like these. They're not super popular to sell, but every once in a while I'll sell one, and people like the wood grain effect. It's not made out of wood, but it's just the actual metals in the proportion of the metals in there. And I found a silver as well. Look at that, it's a 45 with an S, so this is 35% silver. I sold 20 of these for $50, so not bad. It's more for the silver worth, but that's good. It's a great haul for this one, and we continue on.